Hey everybody, this is Erica Sabo. Welcome back. This should come as a no-brainer to many of you, but I have a review I've been really looking forward to, a game that I've really been looking forward to for a while now, and that is Pokemon Sun and Moon. Here you're going to find details about the game, my thoughts, and what you can take away from it if it's worth your time. So let's get started. In all seriousness, I haven't felt this way about a Pokemon game, and I haven't been this excited for a Pokemon game in years. What was once a much loved series for me soon became a thing of the past until these latest releases, Pokemon Sun and Moon. It seemed like a tall order to be able to have a game that would make me feel at home despite that outrageously large Pokedex. So here's an idea. Maybe by compartmentalizing the experience into different islands, developer Game Freaks could make that lofty challenge more manageable. Sure as hell sold me. Pokemon Sun and Moon already offers some very distinct differences compared to past releases. In this edition, players are transported to the Alola region. A newcomer to the island cluster, you are, funnily enough, a Kanto transplant. Nice way to connect with older fans. There are plenty of nods to the first 251, that's up to 2nd gen, along with a few later Pokemon scattered around. I was pleasantly surprised to encounter Pokemon like Abra, Ghastly, Growlithe, Zubat, even Espeon, and various other older classics. This time there are even regional differences, colorful and sometimes funny changes to existing Pokemon, like Diglett's metal hair or Exeggutor's elongated neck. I mean, memes are running rampant, thanks to this kind of weird self-realized take on the series. They've been taking lots of interesting strides forward, maturing the series in a playful way while further fine-tuning game mechanics. For instance, there's now an opportunity for Pokemon to call upon another for support. This makes battles longer and more involved, while complicating catching since only one Pokemon can be caught at a time and there must only be one on the field. At the same time, navigation is straightforward, offering bite-sized islands full of hidden passages and secrets, synonymous to most other regions in the past. In addition to that, you also have a really distinct array of Pokemon on each island, so it kind of makes that hunting process and being able to find, specific Pokemon during your journey that much more fun. So far, the array of Pokemon that the Alola region has to offer have been really refreshing. There haven't been any that have been so silly or so, I don't want to say dumb, but, we do have an ice cream Pokemon and a goth Pokemon. There's just something there that made me a little bit tired of the series and made me think that they were starting to get a little bit sloppy in their choices. Not saying that the first gen didn't already have that with Pokemon like Mr. Mime or Jynx, especially Jynx, actually. There's always been that problem with the series, and that's something that's really turned me off. However, the Pokemon I've seen so far have been pretty promising. Trials are a big part of each island, challenging players with an array of fetch quests and battles. Considering how much the island folk already treat Pokemon as such an important part of their lives, each trial feels less like the past systematic gyms and more like an organic journey. And during that journey, instead of badges, you're unlocking Z moves, or Z crystals really, in order to unlock those Z moves for various different elements of Pokemon and their moves. It's a really nice little touch, and it makes every single Pokemon on your team feel that much more special, considering they all get these really cool special moves that you can use in battle. And when you aren't focusing on beating each island's trials, you are exploring every nook and cranny of each, because it's so worth reaping those rewards. There's just so much there. I feel like the islands are sort of like environmental puzzles in themselves. Sun and Moon keeps each area interesting with their wide variety of Pokemon types and locales. There's something to look forward to, a sense of wonder and immersion I haven't felt since I played Pokemon Silver. Now, I am no stranger to past series releases, whether we're talking Ruby, Sapphire, Pearl, Diamond, Black, White, XY. Yet for some reason I just could not get as involved in them as I have been able to in this world. The experience is just different enough, you know, offering this change in visionary slant to something that's really likable and still pretty straightforward while offering that hint of mystery. One of my favorite features involved the importance of party relationships. You can pet, play, and feed your team, about as fun as stroking beautiful people's faces in Fire Emblem Fates, as well as care for them after battles as a way to avoid item consumption. Even as a kid, I would quickly find myself investing time into my team. Now I care just as much about their victories and losses as I did in the past, striving to become the very best while building touching little bonds. Trading and battles also seem to have been better integrated thanks to the game's quick link system. When two systems and carts connect, and this is very seamless, it's just through one button on your lower screen, your options become a total breeze considering how much more prep work was involved previously. There's just a lot going on in the latest rendition, while still compact, friendly, and approachable enough to keep that passion alive. That doesn't mean the game doesn't come without its issues. I gotta say, load times in particular, whether between routes, towns, and cities, as well as menu to overworld transitions, are incredibly slow. That pause is ridiculous. It kind of reminds me of the pauses in Final Fantasy Chronicles and Final Fantasy Anthology on the PS1. It really bogs down the experience. Another issue comes during battles that involve more than two Pokemon. The frame rate suddenly dropped several times while in these battles, which really affected the pace of battles and of the game in general. The developer does try to lower those frustrations by offering players an even faster way to travel by foot, atop a Tauros equipped with a very handy charge move that makes exploring each island an absolute breeze. You don't even want to use fly, to be honest, because I feel like every time you are experiencing each island or exploring each island, you're constantly finding new secrets. Now, there are lots of features that I haven't even cracked the surface of. There is so much in this game, there's so much depth, but you know, I feel like it's something you kind of have to start exploring for yourself because it's a really worthwhile return to Pokemon, you know, and as someone who is an older fan, someone who's been a skeptic, something that sort of breached my original whimsical view of the series, I gotta say, Pokemon Sun and Moon offer everything I could have ever wanted in the series. So I hope you enjoyed my review for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I can't wait to put more hours into this game. I'm basically in this position where I wake up in the morning and all I can think of is Pokemon. I just whisper to myself, I'm like, Pokemon, yes! What battles are we gonna fight next? What Pokemon are we going to find in the fields? What secrets are we going to, you know, explore? I feel like every day is a little bit of an adventure. It's been really great, and it's really weird being this excited again for a Pokemon game. I feel a little bit like a fanatic again, like I did. I mean, I'm also collecting Pokemon cards again too, so this has been a little bit of an intense experience as of late. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really great, and I definitely recommend picking up either Pokemon Sun or Moon. You know, Ice Vulpix, Ice Ninetales is in this version. I highly recommend that, even though I'm generally the kind of person who picks the blue version of games. But yeah, this has been really fun, and I really hope you enjoyed this review. You know, without giving away too much, but just giving away enough. It's been a blast. It's just been such a fun game. So do let me know if you do plan to pick it up. I would love to be able to trade with you. I'm willing to also give out my friend code if anybody here is interested. So do comment below. Tell me your thoughts of the game so far. Tell me if you want to share some Pokemon with me and me with you. It's just great. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Thanks again for your time, everyone. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Do check me out on Twitch. I really wish I had a 3DS capture so I could play this game for all of you on Twitch. That would just be like, you know, the most magical and wonderful thing ever. However, that is not something I can do. However, we can talk about things. Yeah. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see y'all later. Peace.